Good morning. How you doing, dear fellas? You hear me right? Can you confirm? Okie dokie. Okie dokie. No puedo hablar muy fuerte porque están todos durmiendo acá en mi casa. Pero si ustedes me escuchan, that's enough. That's enough. Okay, it's a pleasure again to be here with you. And we've been studying about short stories. The structure of short stories. We've also studying a little bit of vocabulary, lexical contents related to work, jobs, and working conditions. And today we should be dealing a little bit of grammar, this grammar review. And I'm going to show you presentation right away. And this, PPT, which is Metalinguistic Contents Unit 1, on slide 14, we can see, this chart regarding present perfect and present perfect continuous. So we're going to review, some of the uses, some of the forms related to these two tenses, and then we're going to do some exercises, right? Until 9:30 we finish. So basically the present perfect simple, which is this one on the left, is used to express ideas about finished actions. So it's pretty much talking about the past, but we could be talking about, in this case, a near past, right? In this specific, use, it's, for example, the kids have played for 2 hours. So I'm not describing something which is like far in the past. It's something that is, close to the present. Started in the past, in the near past, and ended a couple of hours or minutes ago, right? Normally we use present perfect simple in this case to describe a stage or a period of time which is finished, all right? The second use of the present perfect simple is regarding permanent actions. So in this case, it is something that started in the past. In this case, it's further past. It's something which is like, it's not yesterday, it's many years ago, right? Started many years ago and continues up to the present, all right? Like, for example, I've taught English for 12 years. So in this case, it's an action which is permanent, like it hasn't stopped in those many years, right? And basically continues up to the present, and maybe it will continue in this case in the future. What else? The next use is regarding the emphasis on the result of the action, right? Normally when there is an action which is finished, I'm not necessarily indicating the specific moment in the past, right? actually it's an indefinite point in the past, right? I'm not saying when this happened, but I'm saying that this really happened. Like he's repaired the car. He's repaired the car, right? Or he's visited that place before, or I've done it. Ya lo hice, ya lo he hecho, I've done it, right? So and I'm not saying when, but I am, you know, in this case, it's a strong remark in this case. And finally, present perfect simple is used to indicate how much or how many have been completed from a process, for example, right? It's taken 6 years to write this book. So in this case, we are in this case focusing the conversation and on a period of time, putting emphasis on a specific period, and which is part of a longer process, right? It's taken 6 years to write this book, and it's been a long time. And for example, it hasn't been published, so there's more to do. Still more to do about the book, for example, right? So in this regarding the present perfect simple, we can use it to talk about the past, but we're not so specific because, I mean, we can describe a certain period of time in the past, but it's not like simple past. Simple past is way more specific. So sometimes people use present perfect and simple past in certain occasions, right? Because they might be similar, right? But simple past is more specific. Normally, I indicate when something happened, like for example, specific time, specific day, etc. Right? And normally, it's simple past is always in the past, which is further past or near past, but it's finished. I'm not describing any process. I'm indicating a point in the past in which there's something which is finished, and that's it. Okay, I'm not describing stages. What else? Present perfect continuous is a little different, of course, right? So why? Because normally with present perfect continuous, I describe more in detail what happened, like the duration and what happened in that period of time. So the emphasis is on the duration, describing that stage, and many times the action hasn't finished yet. For example, here, unfinished actions in this case. The kids have been playing since the morning, and they've been playing, and they haven't stopped, right? So it's more specific and for unfinished actions in this case. And normally sometimes I use also the kids have been playing for 3 hours, or for I don't know, 25 minutes, and they won't stop, for example. Present perfect continuous for temporary actions in this case. It's like kind of the opposite. Kind of the opposite in regard to the present perfect simple. Temporary actions. I've been teaching this class for 1 hour. Okay, we describe, I think, like in this case, actions which are shorter in duration, right? What else? Emphasis on the duration of the action. As I told you, he's been repairing the car for 2 hours, right? It's an action that hasn't finished in this case, and I put emphasis on, for 2 hours. I think it's a long time, and how much and how many have been completed. In this case, is similar to the present perfect simple. But in this case, the structure is different, of course, the form, and normally use it to describe shorter and more immediate period of time. He's been studying English for 2 months in this case. So basically, I use it to be more specific regarding the duration of actions or stages in this case. Guys, if you got any questions, any comments, just type a question in the chat room or use the microphone, whatever you want. All right. What else? Regarding the structure, present perfect simple in this case is made up of subject plus the auxiliary verb have or has, depending on the subject, on the personal pronoun, plus the past participle. And present perfect continuous is made up of subject plus auxiliary verb have, has, plus been, which is in this case a constant here, been, plus the gerund, plus in this case the verb plus ing. That's the basic and general structure, of course. So of course we got the 3 forms in this case, the interrogative form, the affirmative form, and the negative form, right? So what we can do now is to practice transforming, basically, and then we're going to do some exercises online. So we're going to do some transformation. Hold on. I'm looking for where's the whiteboard? No está el whiteboard. Qué raro. Pensé que teníamos el whiteboard, pero en esta versión de Zoom parece que no está. Whatever. A ver. Vamos a ocupar un archivo de Word nomás. El clásico Word. Okay, so I'm going to, in this case, type a sentence, and you're going to help me to transform it into the negative or affirmative form, or vice versa. Easy peasy for you guys. Easy stuff. Okay. Make it bigger. And okay, so let me pick up an example. The kids have, yeah, she's repaired the car. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna type this one. She has repaired the fridge. Okay, so the idea is that we should, in this case, change the sentence into the negative and then the question form or interrogative form, right? So this is, I know this is a piece of cake for you guys, but we need to review. Negative. So anybody? Okay, we're gonna check out the chat. Paula, recién vi tu mensaje. No están las opciones de annotate. ¿Te refieres a en el Zoom? A ver. Sí, sí, es raro porque normalmente está en el uso de pantalla. Aparece al tiro el whiteboard y ahora no está. Entonces, I don't know. I have no idea. Pero usemos el clásico, ¿no? Ya estamos aquí ya. For the whiteboard. Sí. Pero no lo encuentro. Que antes me salía el tiro en uso compartido pantalla y ahora no lo veo. No está aquí. Como fondo virtual, parte de pantalla. No, después lo busco porque ahora sí no voy a perder mucho tiempo en eso. Pero lo voy a revisar. Hola. Alright, estamos entonces en negative form in this case. ¿Cuál sería negative form para she's repaired the fridge? She's repaired the fridge. Pueden usar el microphone, or you can use the chat room. Anybody?
She hasn't repaired the fridge.
All right. Thank you. She hasn't repaired the fridge. Easy peasy for you guys. All right. She hasn't repaired the fridge. And finally, interrogative. Okay, easy. Question form. No sean tímides.
Has she repaired the fridge?
There you go. Thanks a lot. Has she? Suena como hashish. ¿Qué acabo de decir? Has she repaired the fridge? Ahí está. Son cosas que ya saben, of course. Yeah. All right. Has she repaired the fridge? There you go. Easy peasy for you guys. Now, when of course, I can add a question word, in this case, before the auxiliary verb, right? I can use what, where, who, when, how much, how many, right? So for example, how many times? Or how much, for example, let's say how much love. All right, guys, can you think of, in this case, a question which starts with how many times? So I give you the prompt in this case. I'll give you the prompt, how many times? But I want you to complete the question, with anything you'd like to add. How many times? You can use have or has. Then you can use any subject you want. Then a verb in past participle and the rest of a sentence. Any ideas? El Samuel había escrito, has she repaired the fridge? That's right. Monse, how many times have you been told? How many times have you been told? How many times have you how many times have you been told? Have you been told that? Yeah. How many times have you been told that? Do you guys agree? Thank you, Monse. I think it's a good example. I added the rest of the sentence, you know, to be a little more specific. You know, how many times have you been told that? If everybody agrees, you know, there's no mistakes. There's no mistake in the sentence. What about how much love? So, you know, you see the difference, you know, how many times this is for plurals, it's for countable, in this case, nouns, but how much love or how much in general is for uncountable nouns, right? So if I give you this prompt, you know, how much love, how can you end the question? Any ideas? Paula, have you wasted these past years? Wow, that's deep, Paula. That's deep. How much love have you wasted? Oh, directo al cogoro. How much love have you wasted? My goodness, qué triste. Part of my short story. Oh my goodness. Samuel igual puso algo, ya voy para allá al tiro. Have you wasted this past years? Wasted these past years. Wow. I think about your example, Paula. It's like, oof. Really good example. All right. Me pegó fuerte, fuerte. No, es súper sad, po. Me pegó así. Ok, voy para donde está el Samuel. Dice, how much love does that dog get? Maybe. How much love does. Tendría que ser how much love has that dog get. Y ahí estaría. Lo voy a poner en todo caso. How much love has that dog get? Thank you, Samuel. Thank you. Entonces, si se fijan, claro, por ser tercera persona, en este caso, that dog sería con has. Y el get, ¿cierto? Estaría en su forma original o base form, ¿cierto? O se le llama base form o infinitive without to, ¿ya? How much love has... pero aquí hay un... No, estamos mal. Got. Ahí sí. Has that dog got o puede ser gotten, sí, porque esta es... Me disculpo. Esto es... past participle. Past participle. Me quedé con el das. Es has the dog got or gotten, right? Ahí está. What else? Ahí estamos, bro. So, guys, any questions about, in this case, Any questions about the form in this case? The formula, the structure of the present perfect, simple and continuous? No questions at all? All right, démosle con un ejercicio más y terminamos. Bueno, este ejercicio que les voy a mostrar ahora lo tengo que subir lo voy a subir al campus, right? Entonces, here we go. Dice, choose the present perfect simple or present perfect continuous to complete the sentences below. If both tenses are possible, use the present perfect continuous. There you go. Entonces, number one dice, I've cycled or I've been cycling and my legs are really tired now. So you can type the answer in the chat room or use a mic. Any ideas? Ahí voy a poner la opción porque para que esté más claro. I've cycled or I've been cycling and my legs are really tired now.
I've been.
I've been, all right, thank you. I've cycled, dice Constanza. Any other? We got two different opinions, right? Any other opinion? So think about this. Present perfect simple is used to describe like more, in this case, permanent actions. And present perfect continuous is used to describe temporary actions, something which is like shorter periods of time, nearer to the present. You know, Scarlett dice cycled. So that's the big difference, you know, like longer periods of time for present perfect simple and shorter periods of time or closer to the present, more immediate for the present perfect continuous. Would be the word now. A hint? Absolutely yes, Paula. That's the key. The expression of time now is the key. This now is done cycling. Yes. I agree, Paula. No sé quién dijo primero I've been, pero esta es. So have been cycling. Absolutely, Constanza. Por el now, y porque el now te dice, but I've been cycling, you know, that's okay. We are allowed to make mistakes. I've been cycling and my legs are really tired now. There you go. Ya. Pero la idea es que capten, ¿cierto? Cuando se usa uno y cuando se usa otro. ¿Ya? Number two dice, I'm sorry, I'm late. Have you waited for a long time? Or have you been waiting for a long time? So again, so it depends on how long the person, you know, cuánto tiempo ha estado esperando la persona. Yeah, permanent actions, like longer periods of time, se usan, en ese caso se usa el present perfect simple para periodos de tiempo mucho más largos, años, meses. Cuando es más inmediato, cosas que han pasado 1 hora, 2 horas en el día solamente, se usa present perfect continuous. ¿Ya? En este caso, la Monse dijo, have you been? Y la Constance, la Connie dijo, have you been waiting? All right. Any other opinion? You guys agree? I'm sorry, I'm late. Scarlett, same, and I same. Okay, vamos a dejarlo en. Have you been waiting for a long time? There you go. Number 3. How long have you known Peter? Or how long have you been knowing Peter? Samuel dice noun. You guys agree with Samuel? Samuel, with Samuel. Monse noun, por do, have you noun? Yes. So yeah, it's because how long have you been knowing Peter? It's no is not a verb in this case used in that way, you know, in ing, because it's a stative verb. You know, a stative verb or state verbs son verbos de estado, entonces como el be y otros de esa calaña. Entonces, normalmente eso como like o need no se usan en ing, no se puede, pero es muy poco común, muy extraño. ¿Te fijas? En cambio, noun se toma como que fuera algo que, digamos, ¿cuánto tiempo has conocido? No es que lo estás conociendo todavía, ¿cierto? Yo ya lo conozco. Entonces, pero ¿por cuántos años llevas que lo conoces? Entonces es como la idea. Y es algo más permanent, ¿ya? Entonces, por eso que how long have you known Peter tiene mucho más sentido, ¿ya? El otro se usa, por ejemplo, como dating. En ese caso sí tiene más sentido con dating. Sigamos. Number 4. Number 4 dice, somebody has been eating my cookies. There are none left. And somebody has eaten my cookies. There are none left. Entonces, remember, ¿cierto? Cuando algo está pasando, en este caso particular, ¿cierto? Que está pasando y todavía sigue pasando y no ha terminado. That's present perfect continuous. En cambio, cuando ya pasó, ya sucedió, aunque sea hace poco, pero ya terminó la acción. Ya se perpetró, ¿cierto? Está terminada. Es el present perfect simple. Entonces, el Samuel dice has eaten, Monse eaten, Scarlett eaten, right? Somebody has eaten my cookies. There are none left. All right, we're gonna leave it like that. 5 dice somebody, como lo mismo, has been eating my cookies, has eaten my cookies. There are very few left. It's not the same case, porque en primer caso ya se lo comieron y en este quedan unas pocas. Entonces se pueden salvar algunas cookies. Now it has been eaten, I think. This is Samuel. All right. You guys agree? Same. Scarlett, same. Anybody else? I suppose you guys agree with Samuel and Scarlett. Bueno, me quedo con la opinión de Samuel y Scarlett. Constanza dice yes. Okay, thanks. Somebody's, in this case, we can use the contraction con el have y el has, right? Uno dice, somebody's been eating my cookies. There are a few left. Somebody's been eating. No necesito decir somebody has been eating. It's somebody's been eating. Or, for example, I've, you've, they've eaten, and stuff like that. All right. Number 6. How many books has she been writing, or how many books has she written? Which one has more sense to you? How many books has she been writing? How many books has she written? I was thinking about how many books can you write at the same time, simultaneously. Doesn't make sense. I think that writers normally write one book each time, you know. So you start with one book and then you finish that book and then continue with another. So how many books has she been writing, or how many books has she written? Ahí está. Connie written, Scarlett written, Monse written. All right, she written. There you go. How many books has she written? 7. Vamos a ser más rápido, nos quedan nada de tiempo. She must be tired. She's written all afternoon, or she must be tired. She has been writing all afternoon. Any ideas? Has been writing, has been. There you go. Thank you, Samuel and Gonzalo. 8. I've been reading all afternoon. I've read all afternoon. Y después dice, I've read 5 chapters. I've been reading 5 chapters. I've been reading all afternoon, or I've read all afternoon. La Monse dice, been. I've been reading. Okay, me quedo con eso, Monse. I've been reading all afternoon. Y la que sigue es, I've read 5 chapters, or I've been reading 5 chapters. Samuel dijo, been reading, read. Been reading, read. En la segunda parte, read. Okay, I've read 5 chapters. There you go. You got it, guys. You got it. Sí, porque son etapas terminadas. Entonces, I've read 5 chapters. Nice. 9 dice, I think I've been liking chocolate since I was born. I think I've liked chocolate since I was born. Esta se la dije de antes. Con lo que les dije sobre los stative verbs, deberían haber quedado así. Tiki-taka. Gonzalo dice, I've liked. Constanza, I've liked. Paula, I've liked. There you go. Y number 10 dice, they've traveled for months. They've traveled, or they've been traveling for months, and they have visited or have been visiting 3 countries so far. Voy para el chat. Dice la Pola, dice been traveling, have visited. Gonzalo dice have been, have visited. Samuel dice liked, traveling, visited. They've been traveling. Después dice la Anaís dice have been, have visited. Constanza dice traveling. So they've been traveling for months, and they, in this case, uy, se me perdió el cursor aquí. Have visited 3 countries so far. Vamos a ver si es cierto. Check answers. Dice, your score is 100% dice, ¿sí? Scores, check your answers. Ok, ¿están listos? Titulados ya, pueden ir a buscar, ya estamos en fase 3 y pueden ir a buscar su diploma ahí al departamento. Voy a estar en la entrada ahí con alcohol gel, ¿cierto? Y les entrego sus cartones. Que tengan, have a good day. Dice Lana y dice, uy, ahí de pana. Ya, chiques, we're done for today. Thanks a lot. Have a good time and see you next week.
Gracias, profe, por la clase. Nos vemos.
Gracias a ustedes, que estén
Chao,
muy
profe,
bien.
gracias.
You
Chao,
too,
profe.
bye
Que esté
bye.
bien.
You too, bye.